Hey guys, today's video is all about how you get to stop caring what other people think about you and realize you are the main character of your life and you are the only one that matters when it comes to what you get to do on a day-to-day basis and what you cause and create. My name is Manpreet Kaur, Manny K for short. I make weekly videos on manifestation, transformation, and healing. I'm so happy you have joined me on your self-development journey, and I can't wait to help support you in your breakthroughs and creating a life that you truly enjoy and love and feel like you are completely aligned with. With that, this topic goes hand in hand. So if you find yourself here because you are getting super consumed with thoughts about what other people are thinking about you, and when someone says something, it really impacts and affects you, then you are in the right place. I definitely have been there before in my life as well. I used to have a huge people pleaser complex where I felt like I needed to do certain things in order to get people to like me, and it was only in that regard then that I would feel happy. And that was just such a backward story and totally not true. The fact that I thought that I had to make everyone else around me and that was gonna make me happy was just completely flawed, and it actually never ended up making me happy. I was just always in this perpetual cycle of trying to get other people to feel good, and I was just always completely drained, and I was always worried about what others were thinking about what I was doing. So it made me second guess every single decision I made. And I'm sure that has happened to you before, and that's probably why you're here. And I would love to support you with this. The first thing that I want to talk about is why I think it's so important to shift out of this mindset. And that's because you all have dreams and goals and things that you want to accomplish in your life. And if you are too busy spending time worrying about what other people think about you and what other people are saying about the things you want to do and how you're choosing to do them, then you are getting nowhere, and you are getting where you want to get a lot slower than you would. Your growth is tremendously being impacted, and you might not realize it now, but when you shift out of this mindset, you will realize how much time you were wasting trying to figure out how to make other people happy. Or if it's not making other people happy, then it's that idea that, what are other people going to think when I do this thing? Let me go and get everyone's opinions and approval so I can make the perfect decision and create the most perfect thing in the world. And in doing that, or in thinking that way, you're spending so much time creating something that isn't even your own anymore. It's just something that you've compiled based on everyone else's opinions and approvals. And then most likely whatever you end up creating, whatever you're working on, whether it's a painting or whether it's a project for work or whether it's, you starting your own business idea, more than likely you're not going to be fully satisfied with it or feel fully aligned with it, because it wasn't your creation anymore. You just took what everyone else said and put that out there. So that's the number one reason why I think shifting out of this is so important. It's because you will get to feel more aligned and integrated with yourself, because you're doing the things that you want to do for you. You're only asking yourself for validation and approval and your own opinions. So that's the number one reason. I won't get into all the other reasons, but the one reason is you are going to get after your goals a lot faster when you stop caring what other people think. The first thing I want you to do in terms of this process is truly understand the idea that not everyone is going to like you. It's just not in the cards. It is not possible for you to get everyone to like you. And some people are going to have their own vendetta against you, or just not like you for probably the stupidest reason that you've ever heard of. So you just knowing that, and knowing that there's so many people who have their own stories and their own experiences in their lives that have made them become the way that they are, that alone in itself should show you that whenever anyone is saying something about you or being a hater, it's more than likely because they have gone through something in their life, or they're just projecting onto you certain judgments and thoughts that they have against themselves, right? So going off of that, not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. Do not waste time trying to get everyone to like you. Number two, Don't step out of the house with this mentality of being paranoid that, okay, I need to make sure my hair looks perfect, my this looks perfect, and everything looks perfect because there are going to be so many people that see me today and I need to come off as this way. Or don't walk out of the house thinking that everything you say needs to be perfect and that every single person on the street is just listening for you to make a mistake, right? Not everyone on this planet is out here to get you. Yeah, there are certain people for whatever reason that, just seem like they're malicious people, but I guarantee you the common person on the street is not out to get you, and they're not leaving their house thinking about making judgments about certain people or other people. More than likely, they're also stepping out of the house thinking about themselves and the things that they need to do. So let's just try to get over this idea that everyone is going to be giving you commentary or looking at you and really scrutinizing everything about you all the time, because that's just not going to happen. We're a very small part of this universe and all the other universes that compose this, I don't even know what to call it, that we live in. But because we're such a small part, although everything you feel and everything you want to do in your life is valid and it's amazing, we also shouldn't have this mindset that we're sort of the center of the universe and everything that we're thinking is actually actuality, right? More than often, we're creating stories in our head too. So the more self-aware you are and the more reflection you do in regards to why you are thinking that people are thinking certain things about you, what limiting beliefs and fears do you have, the more sooner you are going, or the more quickly you are going to figure out why you end up showing up the way you show up and why you feel like you need approval from others. The next thing I want to talk about is this idea of other people's thoughts and other people's ways of thinking about you is actually none of your business. Going back to that idea of why waste time thinking about what other people are thinking about you when you could be using that time to get after the things you actually want to do in your life. Focus on your own stuff, focus on your own business, focus on your own lane. Let other people's thoughts be their own. It doesn't matter what they're saying. When they create these thoughts in their brain about you or something that you're doing, what does it do to you? Absolutely nothing. Nothing happens when they have a thought. You get to let whatever thoughts they have go. And if for whatever reason it comes to you in the shape of form that they say something to you or they leave a comment or something and it rubs you the wrong way, just be okay with it. Don't be attached to it. Just come from this place of like, you know what? Thank you for your feedback. Moving on. That's definitely a muscle you get to stretch, because I know it's something very hard to receive something that feels like it's very directed at your character. But just remember that same idea that what people are saying are usually a projection of them and their judgments on themselves that then they're trying to put on you. So what they're saying is not a commentary on your character or your worth or your value. You are worthy and you are powerful, and you get to know those things about you. This leads me to my next topic, which is stop judging yourself. If you're judging yourself, more than likely you're going to be giving off that energy to other people around you, that you are feeling some type of way about certain things, whether that is, your appearance, your self-image, the way you talk, the project you're turning in, the painting you just painted, whatever it may be. More than often, if you feel some type of way about it or you're already judging yourself, more than likely people around you will pick up on that, and then it'll be attracting this like low vibrational energy, the same judgment that you're sort of holding, and then things will be directed at you, and it's almost like confirming what you believe because you're judging yourself. The universe is giving you exactly what you're putting out there. So stop the negative self-talk, stop judging yourself so you don't attract that type of language or that type of energy. And also, if you stop judging yourself, then when someone does say something, even if you're not judging yourself, to you that kind of like stings you a little bit, makes you feel a certain type of way, you're not already feeling that about yourself. So whatever they say is just going to kind of like wash over you. You're already not feeling that way about something. You're not like going in at it. You're okay with whatever things are like, and you're not attached to it. So more than likely, you're going to let things slide. You're not going to care what someone's saying because you aren't feeding that into yourself already. The last thing is, when you are working on something or when you're doing anything, more than often if you're starting something new especially and you have a new idea, you're going to want to take care of that new idea or whatever you're working on like it's a little seedling, right? You're going to pay so much attention to it. You're going to water it and you're going to make it really, you're going to want it to grow up in the best environment, right? So when you're doing something or starting something new, why would you set yourself up for failure and just get so many other people's opinions on what you are doing and what you're trying to start, right? So going off of that, don't ask other people's opinions or approvals or advice on things that you know your opinion and your approval stamp on it and your advice for yourself is the only thing that matters, especially if you're starting something new, something you're creating that you want to put out there, whether it be a business, your work project, a painting, a dance routine, whatever it is. Focus on you and what you want to create before you let outside influences come and impact you. More than often when we are asking other people's opinions and for their advice, it's because we want some sort of validation. And if we don't get that validation and we get something outside of that, it kind of steers us in a different direction of what we're actually trying to put out there. I do want to say that I'm not saying don't ask for feedback. Feedback is something that can be very important in terms of, helping you figure out what your gaps are when you're working on a project, or if you are starting a business and you want to ask someone for feedback, they get to give you feedback and telling you how you can improve and do better, but that's because they're looking out for you, right? So that's not them judging you or making you feel some sort of way. But even in that regard, if you get some feedback that you kind of have some sort of emotional response to, that's okay. Just be open and don't be attached to what that person is saying and what that could possibly mean. Just let it be words. Don't attach it to your worth or your value, because you have so much worth and value regardless of what other people say or do, right? So those are the main things that I want you to focus on when it comes to shifting out of this mindset that you have to care about what other people think, because you don't. You are the only one that matters in this regards. You get to validate yourself. Once you have focused on those things in regards to how you want to shift that mindset of not caring what other people think, because you are the one that counts and you are the one that matters, there are some ways that you can continue to stretch on a daily basis and push yourself to actually be in a place where you can start implementing these things. So I just want to go over a couple ways very quickly. The first thing is do something uncomfortable every single day, whatever that looks like for you. If that's dancing on the street a little bit, or singing a song, or, for some people it's like wearing, a sleeveless shirt, or wearing something that maybe you're not completely comfortable in, but you know that it's just a story that you're creating and you want to stretch yourself and you know it's something you do want to wear, but you feel some sort of way about it. Anything that you feel is a limiting belief that is holding you back in life, but you would like to try to tackle, do that. Do something uncomfortable every single day. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be a small thing, whether, right now, if you're feeling some type of way about leaving your house and, getting out there and, maybe even going for a jog or for a run, go ahead and stretch and try it. Do something uncomfortable every single day. That's going to get you out of your comfort zone and get you, feeling like you can do things in front of people. And yeah, maybe you still have that story that you're afraid that you're going to be judged, but the more you do more uncomfortable things, you're just going to get used to it based on the consistency. And then it's just not going to matter anymore, because you're building your confidence in doing things that you're uncomfortable with. That's the first thing. Going along with that is reinventing yourself. Learn new skills. Do things that you know nothing about, but you might learn something that could help you with something else you're doing. Doing things that are new are always uncomfortable, right? So that is something that could just really help you with getting okay with that feeling of newness, the same way when you're meeting people on the street or around people that are just new and almost stranger-like, you are stretching this muscle of doing new things, things that could somehow, give you some sort of external validation or a negative type of validation. And if you start doing those sorts of things and practicing newness a lot, it's going to help you stretch that muscle of being okay with being in new environments, new people, and that sort of a thing. Another thing that I think is really important to comment on is if you have negative feelings that come up based on something that someone said, or, if you are, trying to build up a social media brand right now and someone comments something and it didn't make you feel very good, it's okay to feel the feelings that you have coming up for you. I want you to embrace them and know that you are human and you can feel those things. But the point of this is to know, yes, I'm feeling this. I know why I'm feeling it. I'm aware, and I'm going to choose to shift out of it. You don't have to shift out of it immediately, but take some time, rest, do the things that you can do to make yourself be in a more positive mood. Never react, always respond, take some space if that's what you need, and then shift out of that and do the things that you can do that are surrounding the concepts of confidence and self-love. Those things are gonna help you realize that you are living for you and you get to do the things you want to do in life and not focus on what other people have going on or what they're doing in their life. The last idea that I want to talk about that I think is a super cool one, and it really does help with confidence and self-love and just embracing your true authentic self and owning your voice and your power, is taking yourself out on a date. Whether it be lunch, coffee, or dinner, go hang out with yourself. Who are you? Connect with yourself. Get over that idea of, what if someone sees me alone with myself having coffee or having breakfast, lunch, or dinner? What does that mean? Fight all those stories. Put yourself out there and do those things so you can be in practice of fighting the stories that your brain is creating. And as you do that more and more, you're going to start shifting and learning that, hey, I actually like spending time with myself. I'm pretty cool. It doesn't matter what other people think because I know what's going on within me. I matter in this moment, right? So it's a beautiful way for you to step into your true authentic power and really just learn more about yourself and what you like to do, and how, what other people think or say truly, truly, truly doesn't matter. And your energy will just continue to be magnetic, and you'll just keep attracting all these amazing things when you truly step into that. Let's not forget that when you allow what other people say or think to impact you, you're essentially giving your power away and you're allowing them to control you. You are in control of your life, no one else, and you don't get to give your power away. And anytime that you feel like you are, take it back. And all you have to do to take it back is just shift your attention to what you want to cause and create, and shift it out of this negative, judgmental type of energy. With that, I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, definitely comment and like below. I would love to hear what you have to say. Maybe you have some of your own tools and tips in regards to how you choose to shift out of this mindset, and how, or what you think about how you don't have to care about what other people think and that you're the main character of your life. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell for when I make new videos. I make new videos every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 a.m. I love you guys so much. Always sending you a dose of light and love. Have a beautiful day.